Yes, we're back at the Perimeter Institute in Waterloo, Ontario for the second of 5 programs all week long looking at the future of schools and learning. And if you weren't able to be here tonight in person, we certainly have ways for you to participate in our programming this evening. We are live streaming all of tonight's proceedings at tvo.org/learning2030. Special website for that. Our producers are hosting a live chat at that site, also at our regular website, theagenda.tvo.org. You can also join in via Twitter. We've got a couple of hashtags we'd like you to use. Hashtag Learning2030 or hashtag EQX13. That's for Equinox 2013, EQX13. Let's get to this. You have heard the iconic words from Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. The hymn of disaffected and disengaged students around the world. On last night's program, we pointed out a very scary statistic. Students in grade 5, their level of engagement by the time they get to grade 11 is cut in half. Tonight, we're going to take that one step further and ask, what would happen if teachers were actually to leave them kids alone? Tonight, it's all about homeschoolers, unschoolers, and other self-directed learners and their impact on the future of teaching and learning. And so, for that, we welcome Michael Reist. He is the author of What Every Parent Should Know About School. He's the former head of the English department at Caledon East's Robert F. Hall Catholic Secondary School. That's just a little over an hour from here. Nikhil Goyal is the author of One Size Does Not Fit All, a student's assessment of education. He comes to us tonight from New York City. Samuel Levin, he's the founder of the Independent Project at Monument Mountain Regional High School in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. He's now a student at Oxford University overseas. Kayla Cohen also comes to us tonight from London, UK. She has left school before finishing high school to educate herself. And finally, Noor Siddiqui is the 2012 Teal Fellow. She is the co-founder of something called Remedy, and she comes to us tonight from San Francisco, California, and I wonder if we'd all show them a lovely Waterloo, Ontario welcome. Thank you. Sam, I'm tempted to ask off the top how a guy who lives in Massachusetts can possibly be a Yankee fan, but we're going to leave that for another day.
Sounds good.
What I do want to know, actually, is about the Independent Project, which you're all about. What is it?
So the Independent Project, Steve, was it was a school that I designed and implemented at my public high school in Western Massachusetts, as you said. It was a school within a school, and it was led by students.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20, and you developed this at the age of?
It's a good question, 16, 17.
And when you came forward with this idea of, I need to create a new school to deal with problems and issues that you're not dealing with, what was the reaction?
Oh, everyone said, that's fine, go ahead. No. Yeah, we were met with a lot of resistance. I was met with a lot of resistance, a lot of anger, but obviously not so much that we couldn't make it happen in the end.
We've got some tape from a documentary that's been done about your project, so let's play a little of that tape now, and then we'll come back and chat some more, okay? Shelley, let's roll this if we can. Thanks.
It's crazy that in a system that is meant to teach and help the youth, there's no voice from the youth at all.
If students designed their own schools, what would school look like?
Crime and punishment is first and foremost a test.
Probably something like this. No quizzes, no grades, not even classes.
I think Dostoevsky actually might disagree with me on that.
And most of the time, no teachers or any adults in the classroom.
So it's a completely alternative academic program here at Monument. We have 9 kids in it, and we look at the 4 main bodies of learning, English, math, social sciences, and natural sciences.
I think the most valuable thing with these sorts of problems is
this is a school within a public high school designed by the students themselves. The program, known as the Independent Project, runs for 1 semester and is divided into 3 parts. All follow the same basic rule: design your own learning.
Now, some people are going to assume that this works for the sort of smarty-pants students who are overachievers and maybe whose parents grew up in the 60s and, all of that. Would that be accurate?
Well, I understand the assumption completely, but it couldn't be more wrong. So one of the things most exciting about the Independent Project was that it was for all kinds of students. Sure, students who were getting straight A's, top of their class, and were just actually bored because school wasn't challenging them. But also students who were on the edge of dropping out. You know, several students who were really about to drop out of high school, students who had been diagnosed with learning difficulties. So really it spanned the spectrum, and as we saw, it worked for all of them.
If you were a completely unmotivated, disengaged student, or maybe had learning disabilities, and you got into this program, what was the effect?
The effect, well, there were a wide range of effects. The effects were that you, of course, continued to struggle and face challenges, but also that you became more open-minded, more excited about school, pursuing your own learning, that you graduated high school, and a lot of these people have gone on. One of them, who was on the edge of dropping out of high school, is now a published writer.
Huh. How do you decide who gets in?
That's a good question. So at my high school, we focused just on kids who wanted to do it. So all we wanted to make sure was that you were serious about it, that you weren't just signing up for it because you had heard about it. So we had an application process, but all that really was saying, do you really want to do this? And then we let you in.
We have heard that this formula of yours has been replicated now at other schools as well. Does it look like teachers and principals are warming up to this idea?
Well, the good thing about us having done it first at our school is now other kids and other teachers and other principals around the world can say, well, you may not think this is going to work, but it did. So yeah, it's starting to spread, and it's popping up all over the place, and sometimes in an even bigger and more exciting way than it happened at my school.
Okay, let's talk to Kayla beside you. Kayla, thank you for being here tonight all the way from London, UK. How old are you, Kayla?
I'm 18.
And how old were you when you decided, school is not working for me and I'm leaving?
A bit too late for my liking, to be honest. 17 years old.
So it just happened recently?
Yeah.
And you say a bit too late for my liking. You wish you'd done it years ago?
Yeah, I do, because I think that we're enrolled at school at a very early age and with impressionable minds, and I feel I've been